wherever it is you are in the world. So, guys, tonight we are going to cover tips number 4 through 7 of the 12 tips to help you get more done in less time. I have covered tips 1 through 3 via Facebook Lives and on TikTok. So if you haven't checked those out, make sure you go TikTok Daniel Carmack 23. Check those out there, or go to the video section in on Facebook and check them out. Just some helpful tips to help you be more productive. All right. So guys, a little housekeeping as always. As you're jumping on, let me know where you're coming in from so I can give you a shout out. If you have questions, drop them down in the comment box and we'll cover those when I get through the content. Just want to make sure to provide it and not waste anybody's time. If you are watching this on a replay, make sure that you drop a hashtag replay so I can come back in later on and give you a shout out. I definitely appreciate everyone's comments and engagement here. So if this is our first time meeting, make sure that you set your notifications so that way you are notified every time that I go live. Last week I subscribed to StreamYard, and this isn't a promoting, a boost for them, but I really like it. It's super simple to use, very user friendly. There's a lot of things you can do to customize your experience, your audience's experience. So if you are planning on doing lives or videos in general, I would recommend that you check it out. StreamYard.com. All right, guys. So let's get right into it. All right. So as I was going through, tip number 3 was kind of just making sure that your posture is good and that you're in a comfortable position. I mean, when we're putting in the work, you want to make sure that you are in the best, you want to be comfortable. So that way you grind it out for, the time that you have allotted to work on building your business. Tip number 4, guys, is to keep the blood pumping. And what I mean by that is a lot of times it's easy for us to start sacrificing. I'm guilty of it myself. We start sacrificing our, exercise, and these next few tips are going to cover some of the key points to make sure that you're staying healthy as you are growing your business. All right. I know that if you're working a full-time job, 9 to 5 or, 8 to 6, whatever your situation is, as you're building your business, these next, few tips are easy to kind of push to the side, and, they really do affect your health. So I wanted to make sure to cover these and, just give you some help to build your business, but also stay healthy. So tip number 4 is keep the blood flowing, guys. All right. So exercising regularly is a great way to help reduce health risk. And I'm talking about high blood pressure, heart disease, things like that, could lead to diabetes. So you want to make sure that you're staying active as much as possible. Now, again, I know if you're working, 9 to 5 and you're getting home and you're taking care of the kids, you got to figure out where you can fit that time in. But guys, you can keep it really simple. You don't have to commute to the gym for 30 minutes and then spend an hour at LA Fitness and then, 30 minutes back. You're like, yo, I just wasted 2 hours of my day that I could be building my business, right? So if you're allocating your time and you're setting those specific times aside to work, give yourself a 15-minute break. Walk around the house, run up and down the steps a couple of times. If you got to walk the dog, pick up the pace a little bit. If you are, you got a neighborhood, jog around your block, something to keep you active, right? Keep your blood flowing. And that also helps promote productivity. You're going to keep the endorphins going, and, psychologically, you're going to be on par to be creative, to be productive. And that's just going to help you push through, guys. So number 4 is make sure you keep the blood flowing, exercise regularly, and, we want to keep everybody healthy. All right. Step number 5, and this is, again, I'm very guilty of this, right? So tip number 5, guys, is don't sacrifice your sleep. Okay. Everybody's different. Everybody functions on a different, level of sleep. Some people, 6 hours is good. 8 hours is good. I mean, some people need 10, but I mean, the average is, 6 to 8 hours of good sleep will keep you rested helps prevent you from getting sick, especially this time of year with the weather changing and stuff like that. So make sure you don't sacrifice your sleep. It's very easy as we're grinding and, we're getting into the wee hours. It's 10, it's 11, it's 12, it's 1, and then we got to be back up again for that. So me personally, like I need 6 hours. Anything less than 6 hours, I'm a little foggy. It takes me a little bit to get going. Anything more than 6 hours, then I'm very lethargic, and it takes me a while to get the motor running, like a old cold Chevy, right? Takes me a little bit to get warmed up and get moving. So make sure that you are organizing and prioritizing, right? If you're organizing and prioritizing the important things that you need to get done for the time that you have allocated for today to get things done in your business, guys, then that's going to help you not sacrifice the sleep. It's very important that you get enough rest, so that way you can continue to move forward, that you're not slacking in, whatever 9 to 5 you may still be in, and that you are productive for growing and building your business. All right. So tip number 5, guys, don't sacrifice the sleep. Organize yourself in a manner that you can get done what you need to get done, and also get enough rest to keep you right. All right. Now this one, as I was digging in the material, it didn't really I thought about it and I was like, that makes sense, but I never really thought about it until I started digging into the material, guys. And that is, make sure that you're eating right. Now, I know this sounds like I'm just like, it's a nutritional, booster here, but what's very easy for us to do, guys, is instead of, all right, so we got off our 9 to 5, and instead of going home and, having a good, wholesome, home cooked meal, it's to grab something from our favorite fast food joint on the way, because it's quick, it's easy, it's cheap, and, we can smash it in the car on the way home. And then when we get home, we can just rush right into our business, guys. That is not okay. All right. It is going to cause you problems. One, it's going to get expensive. You may get something off the McDonald's dollar menu, but when you think about the 5 things that you got 5 days a week, 30 days a month, like, it's going to add up. Right. So 1, save yourself some money. 2, there's studies showing that eating fast foods is going to lead to health. We all know that, right? It's going to lead to health issues. We all know that. So, I'm not saying that you got to sacrifice every slice for, broccoli and cauliflower, but what I am saying is just make sure that you are balancing your meals and you're still getting the right nutrition, right? That goes back into having the sleep and getting the exercise that you need. So make sure that you are eating a balanced meal. And, don't eat too much, because then, again, you become lethargic and you're not motivated. You're not, inspired to get going. You just want to go to the couch, go to the chair, put on your favorite show. And then you're like, I'll get to my business later. And then later never happens, guys. Okay. So don't use it as an excuse to push it off. Just set yourself up to that way you can have a good balanced meal, and then you can move forward on working on your business. All right. And again, this isn't, like count calories, blah, blah, blah kind of thing, guys. I just really want you to take care of yourselves. Like I said, do the exercise, get your rest, and, make sure that you're eating good. All of these things, as they seem trivial, are going to help you as you are taking, on that grind to grow your business. All right. So that's tip number 6, guys. And tip number 7, a lot of people give me, a hard time because I'm a bit OCD. I like everything in a very particular order. And I don't know, maybe it's the military mind in me or whatever it is, guys. But tip number 7 is to make sure that you stay organized. Okay. And what I mean by stay organized, I don't mean, rearrange your files or, put your emails into different folders. That's not what I'm talking about, guys. I'm talking about, again, organizing and prioritizing the important things that need to get done today, working on those things in an efficient manner. What happens a lot of times is, we end up just piling everything on our computer, and then it takes us, forever to find it. So having a an effective way, an organized plan or method to be able to find the important documents. So I know, like for me, in the training that I was going through with attractionmarketing.com, they have the student journey roadmap, and they have kind of a check and balance called Sables. And when I first got started, I was just overwhelmed with everything I was trying to save and everything I was trying to create. And it took me forever. I got on a call with one of my coaches, and I couldn't find it. And honestly, like for me, like I was kind of embarrassed. So don't put yourself into that. And guys, with manufacturers nowadays, they're creating the hard drives that are bigger and bigger and bigger. I remember when computers first came out, you were happy to get a 64 or 120 meg memory. Now, we can get a 500 gigs, or we can get a terabyte, whatever the case is. What ends up happening, guys, is the more space we have, the more junk we accumulate. So, in this stay organized tip, make sure that you're reviewing your files on kind of a regular basis. So that way you can just get rid of the junk. One, it saves you time when you're searching for stuff. Two, it's going to help your computer function and operate better, right? And then it's going to alleviate a lot of clutter, electronic clutter. And it's just going to help you as you're moving forward. So don't think you need bigger and bigger. Realize that you need less junk. Okay. All right, guys. So that is tip number 4. Right? Or that's the 4 tips I wanted to cover tonight. So tip number 4 is keep the blood flowing. Make sure that you're exercising regularly, and you are, just keeping yourself active. I know while we're piled in on the computer, it's very easy to let that stuff slide by. Okay. Tip number 5 is don't sacrifice your sleep, guys. Make sure that you're getting the rest that your body needs to fuel and keep you going through the day. Tip number 6 is to make sure that you're eating right. And then tip number 7 is stay organized. All right, guys, that is it for tonight. We got a couple of people on. Are there any questions? Anybody got any comments out there? Anything you would like me to address? Going once, going twice, 3 times is sold. All right, guys, I appreciate everyone being here. I will be back in the morning, and I'm going to continue with this series. So look out for tip number 8. And we will continue to get through this series and move on to the next, exciting piece of content, guys. So if you have any ideas, if you have any suggestions, or there's anything that you're stuck with or that you need help with, guys, leave me a comment on Facebook or YouTube, and I'll get back with you. We'll address it. We'll see what we can do to come up with it. And if you have a question, guys, remember, if you are the one that raises your hand, you're not the only one with that same question. All right. So don't feel like you have to, wait for somebody else to bring it up. Let me know if there's anything that I can help you with. So as always, guys, thank you so much for being here. Until the next time, take care, be safe, live life. And remember, we create our own freedom. Bye for now.